Okay, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Pelletier again, and here's a third book about, and it's actually called Something Beautiful. And in this book, this story is actually told through this little girl's eyes. She tells the story, and she's looking for beautiful things in her world, because sometimes some things that she sees are not very beautiful, but she wants to find something beautiful. So let's see what she finds. Let's see if her search turns up with some nice things. When I look through my window, I see a brick wall. There is trash in the courtyard and a broken bottle that looks like fallen stars. So this is what she sees outside of her window. Lots of garbage. But it's interesting how the author says, a broken bottle that looks like fallen stars. Kind of like they've fallen and they're on the ground. What do you think that she's thinking? There is writing on the walls of my building. On the front door, someone put the word die. Look at that, on her front door. So people they're not really taking care of the building outside. And again, look at her face. Look at how do you think she's feeling? Not very good inside. Where I walk, I pass a lady whose home is a big cardboard carton. She sleeps on the sidewalk wrapped in plastic. So see, this woman doesn't have a home. She's homeless, and she passes her every day. She uses this cardboard box, and then her blanket is a big plastic sheet. I run past a dark alley where Mommy told me I must never stop. Behind a fence, there is a garden without any flowers. Mommy said that everyone should have something beautiful in their life. Where is my something beautiful? So see, again, this is an alley where she says, don't stop, just run through quickly to get to where you need to go. It looks dangerous. And it's interesting how she put the chain link fence here. The illustrator did, and you can see her running. And look, there's trash everywhere. It's not a very beautiful place. But her mother's saying everyone has to have something beautiful. So now she's in school, and the teacher writes B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L, which is the word beautiful. The teacher taught me the word in school. I wrote it in my book, B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L, beautiful. I think it means something that when you have it, your heart is happy. Look at how much color is in this picture. See, I think she really likes being at school. Let's see what she thinks is going to make her happy. I go to Miss Delphine's diner. Hi there, sugar pie, said Miss Delphine. What are you up to? I'm looking for something beautiful, I tell her. Sit down for a minute, she says as she goes to the grill. She puts on fish. The fish sizzles. Miss Delphine makes it into a sandwich. There's nothing more beautiful tasting than my fried fish sandwiches, she tells me. My teeth sink in. This is good. So see, she says, I'm looking for something beautiful. And Miss Delphine makes her a fish sandwich and says, ooh, there's nothing more beautiful than this. When I go back outside, I see some of my friends. Do you have something beautiful, I ask them. I have my jump rope, says Sybil. I have my beads, says Rebecca. Check out my new shoes, says Jamal. So those are their something beautiful, right? They've got a jump rope, beads, and shoes. Nothing big, right? But something simple can be beautiful. My fruit store is one beautiful store, says Mr. Lee. You do have nice apples, I say. Thank you, says Mr. Lee. Take one. So he's saying his little market that's outside is beautiful. And his apples. Watch my moves, says Mark, playing ball in the playground. Hear my sounds, says Georgina, dancing on the sidewalk. So those are there, something beautiful. His moves, he's moving to the music. Oh, sorry, moves on the basketball court. And then sounds, he's listening to the music. That's what we call a boom box. It's got lots of music that comes out of it. So that's there's something beautiful. And now, this is Mr. Sims. Touch the stone, says old Mr. Sims, sitting on his front steps. All these years I've carried it in my pocket. So he's carried this stone with him. It's very smooth for years and years and years, and that's his something beautiful that he keeps with him all the time. Through the big window in the laundromat, I see Aunt Carolyn holding baby Carl. And where are you off to, little miss, she asks me. I am looking for something beautiful, I say. She hands me Carl and folds up the clothes. I tickle Carl and he giggles. He makes me giggle too. My baby's laugh is something beautiful, says Aunt Carolyn. So see, it's something very simple, a little giggle. So see, every time that she's asking everyone about their something beautiful, or she's looking for something beautiful, they share with her some of their things that they find beautiful. And they're very simple things, right? A baby's giggle. And a baby's giggle is very beautiful. I go back home and I sit down on my stoop. I look at the trash in my courtyard. I see the word die on my door. So I want you to be thinking about when she asked all of those people about what beautiful was. Let's see what she's going to do and how it's going to help her find her beautiful. I go upstairs and I get a broom and a sponge and some water. I pick up the trash. I sweep up the glass. I scrub the door very hard. When dye disappears, I feel powerful. Someday I'll plant flowers in my courtyard and I'll invite all my friends to see. So she says when dye disappears, so she washes it, she feels powerful. Why do you think she feels powerful? See, she sat here where things weren't that pretty, and she said, you know what? I'm going to make a difference. She cleans up all the glass. She gets rid of that word, dye. So she's feeling powerful. She's feeling like, you know what? I can make a difference. I will give a real home and a real bed to the lady who sleeps in a cardboard carton. She will sing and I will hear her song. So she wants to go give the woman who's homeless something else to make her feel better. Mommy comes home from work. She gives me a great big hug. Do you have something beautiful? I ask her. Of course, she says. I have you, right? She is her something beautiful. That's her mom. Again, something simple. And what's interesting is she leaves an author's note, and I'm going to read this to you because I think authors sometimes write things after they write their stories. As I read this to you, I want you to be thinking about why she wrote this story. Okay, this gives us a clue. When I was 8 years old, I asked my mother, whose name was Yvonne, for something beautiful. She gave me one of her wedding gifts, a small white china pitcher, right here. This is a china pitcher with a gold handle and a gold rose embossed on it. When it's embossed on it, that means it's part of it. I put the pitcher on my windowsill so I wouldn't have to look at the alley outside. I called the pitcher my something beautiful. When Mommy gave me the gift, she cautioned me not to forget that I already had something even more beautiful, the something beautiful I had inside. I still have the little pitcher. I keep it next to my bed. It helps keep alive the memory of childhood and my mother's love. So when she was growing up, she looked outside of her window, just like this little girl did, and saw things that weren't that pretty. But she put this picture that her mother gave her on the windowsill, so instead of looking outside at the things that weren't pretty, she would look at the beautiful picture. Okay? And you know, I think it does, she still has it to this day, so she thinks of her mother. And she also thinks that, you know what, beauty isn't always what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. So being strong and being able to see the beauty in the simple things in life. And also, it was nice to see that she was empowered. She felt powerful. She said, you know what, I'm going to clean up around here and make it look a little more beautiful. So she got rid of that graffiti. She even helped out the homeless woman. Okay. So maybe today, when you're at home, you could even make a poem. You know, sometimes they call them acrostic poems. You could write BEAUTIFUL, and for each letter, think of something that was maybe in the story that was beautiful, or maybe something in your life that's beautiful. Like she thought the baby was beautiful. Her eyes were beautiful. You know, you can go all the way through and just think of things in your life or maybe from the book that was beautiful. All right? And then, or you could think of something that you could do outside to make something that maybe you don't think is beautiful, make it beautiful. But the biggest thing is think about inside, feeling good about yourself. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed that book.